This has lasted for days. Days. It's still attached. All up. Just eyeballs are gone. Baby. Oh, good morning. Okay, so the house is quiet, but I don't know how long that's going to last. Guess what? I finally had a worker show up yesterday. Several plugins are put in where they need to be. No more tripping over drop cords. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and I don't know if I told you this. Last week, the guy who was working on the foundation decided not to worry about the foundation itself, but to worry about drainage, because that might be enough, because the other is a much higher price tag. It's worth the gamble, I guess, to me, at this point in my age. There was a day when if there was something that squeaked funny and needed to be fixed or replaced, period. Now that I'm older and my income is lower because I've been cutting back, just because my health hasn't been able to handle it anymore. It's a high stress job, so I get it. I'm just disappointed that I couldn't work at the pace I wanted to till 80 and then start slowing down, you know? So budgeting is definitely in the cards. I have a slow day today, so I get to catch up on lots of things, but I have to get ready for my day anyway, because I do have 2 appointments. I know I have 1 appointment, but I think I might have another one who needs a touch up. So we'll see. But I know I have 1. And it kind of brings me to, so one of the practices I have when I'm being a good girl. Oh, really? You're going to turn your back on me? Seriously? This is a thing now, huh? What is my puppy doing? So cute. I don't know. Is that at night, part of my routine, when I'm being good, which is most of the time. Hi. Is at night I, claim gratitude for my day, and if there's something that I did wrong that I'm just not seeing. Hi, Heather. Nice to see you. I like to be able to ask that whatever I need to take care of will be brought to my mind and my heart first thing in the morning. And the thing that I do in the morning then is I will write down or take care of whatever comes to mind. And sometimes nothing does, but sometimes something does. And I try to take care of it. I try to be a considerate person. Maybe it's part of my neediness, I don't know. But I don't like to leave a negative impression on somebody when I can correct it. I know what it's like to have someone be negative towards me, and then I'm so sensitive that it bothers me. Anyway, I also try to set my mind right in the morning by planning my day ahead. So I'm thinking, okay, I know, and I can write it down too. I love to write things down. I'm writing down an idea right now. So it'll be, I know I'm going to get my morning ritual done, wash the face, brush the teeth, get a cup of coffee, let the dogs out, and then I come and put on makeup. And that's also when I do a little reading or touch base with y'all, because it's part of my self-improvement plan. When I'm talking to somebody else about me, I can hear me talk. If it's just spinning in my head, I can ruminate. And that's one thing I'm have improved over the years of not doing. If I'm having the same thought over and over again, I'm able to notice it, recognize it, and stop thought and change thought to something more productive. But there's something about connecting with other humans that's very healing. So whenever I get a message, some connection, like, oh, I've done that too, or this is what I've had to go through, I love those kind of messages. One of the other things I do as well is read a little something in the morning, even if it's just a few sentences. So this is, oh gosh, is this February 11th or 12th? So here's a new book. I was doing a Weight Watchers book, or not Weight Watchers, Overeaters Anonymous book, but it's just, I don't know. It's just not, I hadn't read it for a long time. It was daily reading. You know, they're put in by the dates. And so sometimes certain books just don't fit you anymore. I will read today's out of this new book that I haven't read for a while. I think I'm going to go ahead and give away that other book. It's just not quite fitting exactly how I want to feel inspired. And I've been thinning through my books now for several years. So that's something I'm willing to do, even if I have to buy a new one. This one says, February 11th, divinely led. Send me the right thought, word, or action. Show me what my next step should be. In times of doubt and indecision, please send your inspiration and guidance. That's what I do, right? At night, that's what I do. That's sort of my little prayer, more gracefully said. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, the rest of the reading goes like this. The good news of surrendering ourselves and our life to a power greater than ourselves is that we come into harmony with a grand plan, one greater than we can imagine. We are promised divine guidance if we ask for it, if we work the 12 steps. Well, because I've been in Alcoholics Anonymous I just picked up my 33rd year coin. I got sober at 29. So you would think I'd be close to perfect, but it doesn't work that way, sadly. What greater gift could we receive than knowing our thoughts, words, and actions are being directed by good energy, by good thoughts, by consciousness, right? We aren't a mistake, and we don't have to control or repress ourselves or others for life to work out. Even the stage, the unplanned, or even the strange, the unplanned, the painful, and those things we call errors can evolve into harmony. We will be guided into understanding what we need to do to take care of ourselves. We will begin to trust our instincts, our feelings, our thoughts. We will know when to go, to stop, to wait. We will learn a great truth. The plan will happen in spite of us, not because of us. I pray today that each day my thoughts, words, and actions may be divinely led. I pray to move forward in confidence, knowing my steps are guided. Okay, that's, in a perfect world scenario, it doesn't necessarily mean most people don't get sober and get mentally well and stable just because they got sober. That's not the reality for people who are real alcoholics. Now, there are some people who are alcoholics because they just drank too much, too long, and then they started craving it when they didn't have it. That's different than, or even addicts, like you get a broken leg and they used to give you painkillers, and then you accidentally get addicted to a drug. It's different than having trauma, seeking out a mind-altering substance so that you can survive with the thoughts, the memories, the feelings, so that you can cope with life. Some people will become a drug addict versus commit suicide or homicide. It can be a tool until it quits working. For me, it quit working and made my life even worse. So I was one of the lucky ones and was able to find a program that worked for me, and that happened to be Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm not promoting it. I'm just saying that's what worked for me. I'm looking for makeup. That's why I keep looking down. Here we go. I'm going to use this. I'm going to dilute it a little bit. I just feel like I'm trying very hard to lighten up on my foundation because I don't want to look all cakey. Okay, so one of the things that I've done that has been very helpful in my program, and I have slipped away from it recently, and that is being ready for anything. I used to be very good at getting up in the morning, getting my makeup done, getting my hair done, and being ready for my day, because I never knew if I needed to go on a 12-step call, if I'd have a client that had an emergency, if a friend would stop by. I wanted to be ready to go, right? Now that I've gotten older and tired, I haven't been doing that lately. I saw a video recently that reminded me of that. And so I'm going to confess to you that, thank you. Hi. So good to see you. Yay. So I'm so glad Janice is here. Yay. Mwah. Thank you. I am working on it. I was just sharing that, I have been almost rebellious. I'm starting to adjust to the idea of semi-retirement. I have just worn myself out. Through the whole COVID thing, so many therapists quit working for one reason or another. And a lot of it was because of burnout. A lot of it, I think, came from that we were supposed to push a narrative that just wasn't true and being offended. And then people who did support the narrative of how to treat clients and their fantasies of wanting to be called a frog, for instance. It's like, okay, instead of helping that person find themselves, hey, come on, baby. Where's my dog? What the heck is that? Go find. What was that? One of his bones. I got a hair or something here. So I think that and I'm an introvert anyway by nature. Frankie, stop. You know what? You need to go use the bathroom. I'm going to let him outside. Come on. You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Don't be tricky. Don't be tricky. raining outside, so he doesn't want to go out, but if he has a potty, he's gonna. Okay, quit your whining. Okay, so, gosh, it's good to see you. So, where was I? Oh, okay. So I've been wearing some sweatshirts that aren't comfortable around my neck, but I like how the fabric feels on me. I like the fit because it goes down kind of a little bit over my butt, and I just thought, you know, as much as I paid for them, they're mine. So I cut the necks out. Well, honestly, if I have friends stop by or if I need to run this to the store, at my age, it's not a cool look. Maybe when I was a teenager, we used to, oh God, I remember going to a Prince concert with this guy who, it was the first time I ever dated someone who actually went to the gym on purpose. I was in my 20s. Oh, he had beautiful skin and hair and built nice, and he had this sweatshirt that he cut the sleeves off of and cut the neck off. And back then, guys were kind of wearing these cut-off shirts that kind of could be any length, but oh gosh, he was the cutest thing, and what a great concert. Anyway, back then, it looked cool to cut your stuff up. I don't know, I'm just saying. But I don't think so today. I think what it looks like is that I just don't care. You know, not at my age to do that. I just finally got that. This video I watched, I wish I could remember who it was from. I'm sorry. I'll put myself to sleep watching videos on, oh, Hey You. She has a Temu. She just chat, 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 chat. And I can fall right to sleep by her. And also I have meditation tapes. But once in a while, I'll get into positive thought type stuff. You know what? I should write a list of some of the things. I like Psych to Go and School, SKOL. Anyway, things like that. She fell in to somewhere when I was looking over those. And it's absolutely true. When we look better, we feel better. And I know on the rare, it's not as common now as it used to be, but if I get up, I get dressed, I get my makeup on, I'm much more apt to be able to leave the house, receive company. Seriously, to think I'm not going to answer the door because I don't have makeup on and I have crappy clothes on. That's a true story. That's a true story. I've turned down things because it was just like, it's just going to take me so long to get ready. I have a new neighbor, and she's so active. And I'm just not always in the mood to be that active. However, sometimes when she calls and says, hey, you want to go shopping? How old was he? Who was it? Who was I talking about? Dang it. I did see, when I went to my office today, I did see that the guy, you know what? I think I'm losing my mind. I feel like I'm chatting so much. I don't remember who I was talking about. Prince. Oh, well, I think we were both in our, well, okay. I think I was 22 and he was probably 19 or 20. Thank you for reminding me of that. I'm a motor mouth this morning. I was his boss, actually. Now, that's back in the day. That was in the 80s. So, I still hadn't heard of, I was managing a pharmacy gift shop. I don't see a lot of those anymore. It's kind of like a elegant, very elegant Walgreens. But we didn't have groceries. It was a gift shop. and vegetables. How wet are you? How wet are you? Did you? Oh my goodness, he is very wet. Hold on, let me get a towel. I'll be right back. Okay, let's go. Let's go get you a towel. Yes. Oh my gosh. Good thing I'm not trying to. It's a good thing I'm not trying to build a channel, or every time I'd walk away from my phone, I'd feel bad. He is so wet. And why is it, dogs? My dogs have always loved to be wiped down. Yes. Yes. Look at that face. I don't know if you can see that face. Oh, but anyway, yeah, that's back when everybody was wearing Levi's and high heels. I didn't own a pair of tennis shoes. I wore high heels. Once I got out of clodhoppers off the farm and was introduced to, boots, I was introduced to high heels. I wore high heels and jeans. Okay, jump. Yeah, that's enough. I gotta finish putting my makeup on. Anyway, I didn't wear tennis shoes until I was 30. That's a true story. How about, oh, I forgot to put the lid on my eyeliner. Oh, well. So anyway, what I've learned is my styles have changed. I've been getting lazy, and it's time to get rid of the clothes in my closet once again that do not make me look good at all. Like those, I don't know if I'm even gonna save them to work in my yard. Aw. I was kind of cool back then. I was rebellious. I rode a motorcycle. I grew up with motorcycles, and I always loved animals. And I hung out with anybody from a biker to a research scientist. I had boyfriends that were anything from a biker to a research scientist, attorneys, doctor, carpenter, roofer. Just depended on who pushed my buttons. That's a true story. So, what else was I going to tell you? Okay. So anyway, this new neighbor she touches base with me. Aw, you're sweet. Ever so often it says, let's go do something. And I have actually had to turn her down because I just wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready. And I knew it would take me too long to get ready. And there are times when I love to be able to just grab my money and go. And, oops, I used the sparkly stuff. I did not mean to use that there. I like to use it in my hairline right there sometimes to help. And I don't like it being sparkly. It's more matte sometimes, but I just feel like it gives the illusion that it's not so obvious that it's thin there where I've lost hair. I don't know if it really helps or not, whatever. But now I have to get rid of this. I have to get rid of that. Well, that's not working. My foundation brush. There we go. Come on, you can do it. So anyway, back in the early 90s when I got sober, I started realizing just how much of life I missed out on. So what I did was I jumped into life with both feet. I ended up volunteering for hospice. I volunteered, joined the Lions Club. I volunteered for everything that fell under their umbrella. What did I do with it? I was a business owner, so I got in the loop on a lot of things going on in the city. So I was busy day and night. If I wasn't at work or in an AA meeting, I was volunteering something. And I had, once again, warnings that my marriage was going to suffer. One of my marriages was going to suffer if I kept neglecting my husband. So I'm like, let's kill two birds with one stone. So I started him volunteering for stuff. And he did it to be involved. Plus, he liked some of the sports stuff. Like he would help with these little league games or city games, or he got involved in a city rollerblade hockey team. I was so proud of him. But he got lonely, of course. And I kept picking on him. And he finally, excuse me, he finally cheated on me. And I was so immature, I couldn't see my part in why he might have done that. Kind of sad. So we ended up divorcing, which is too bad because he was a good one. He was a good one. But people can only take so much loneliness and so much bullying, you know. I always felt something wrong with him. But he's one of the guys that I dated that was always ready to get up and go somewhere as well. So I'm doing this true confession because when we're so self-centered, it comes across, like me, like I was, it comes across in the way I talk. It comes across in the way I present myself. And I would think I was being humble by doing all of this extra work, all of this volunteer work, giving of myself. Look how much I'm giving. I did not realize just how self-centered that was, because if I'm giving, I'm not bragging, right? There's a big difference. Some of us are slow learners. That's the truth. That is the truth. You know what? I think eyebrows would be a lot easier to put on if I didn't have the hair. I remember, see, now I'm floating again. Remind me of Jeffree Star and no eyebrows. Okay, so when I was volunteering, one of the things I volunteered for was hospice. And being, back then, I had a cosmetology license, and I was also starting my career in counseling. So I got to do, I have a light day today. I just have 1 or 2 appointments. I have 1 appointment for sure. But I've been trying to slow down my schedule by not taking any more new hires, any new clients. And as the ones that don't need as many appointments or don't need appointments anymore, I'm letting them fall off the schedule so I can just kind of see how light I can make my schedule and feel comfortable. And I think I've got my numbers figured out. So I'm feel kind of naughty today. Anyway, so with the hospice, one of the conferences I went to talked about how when somebody looks better, they feel better. And there was a project for cancer. It was called the Look Good, Feel Better project, and I don't know if it's still going or not, but it was where we would help match up cancer patients to wigs. But wigs are so affordable now and so common. I mean, everybody's wearing them, so it's not such a big deal. And I would sit with them, give their families and their home health care workers kind of breaks while I would sit with them and maybe trim their hair or do their nails or their makeup. And they really would feel better. They really would. And they would brag to their families. So not just because of my work, but because of anybody who came in and did what I did. So we knew the program was working. There was lots of research that helped. It also cut down on depression and frustration, anger. So if it'll work with someone who is in hospice care, think what it'll do for us if we're using the programs, right? So I always thought that was kind of cool. And that's why I try to, you know what, this lipstick, Chrissy, I looked for a color of this goop that I'd be able to live with, and I can't find one. I still love the way it feels on my lips, but I don't love the bright color. So I'm going to try this. It should tone it down. We'll see. It's sort of a light brown liquid eyeshadow. I like that color better. It's less bright, a little bit. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start wearing clothes that aren't actually cut up just to rebel against the system. Just because I'm getting semi-retired now, I'll dress any way I want. Dang, I started feeling like a depressed person. Holy cow. I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to act like I'm on my deathbed. And if I have a neighbor who comes by, I want to be able to get up and go. I had a neighbor one time in band camp, the neighbor next to me, I just love them. I would adopt them if they didn't have good enough parents. But anyway, I don't know, that every once in a great while, they'll say, oh, we almost had to break down and text you or call you to see if you would come watch the kids just for a short time. And I was thinking, it happened again the other day. And I told them, next time, if you can't get me on the phone by texting or calling, come back on my door. Because I'm almost always home. I'm not married to the phone. I'm just not one of those people. So she agreed. But then I was thinking, holy cow, I wouldn't have been ready yesterday. That particular day, not yesterday. But I'm just repeating the conversation, sort of. Yeah. I love makeup, thank goodness for makeup. So I decided if I'm going to be ready like I used to be in the old days, and like my mother-in-law is, every morning she gets up, takes care of her bathroom stuff, dressed, and ready for her day. She doesn't even have to go back in her bedroom for the rest of the day because she's done. She knocked it out. And I was doing so good about that. But I think maybe there's certain signs we have. And maybe those certain signs change as we age. About what is it we're doing that's good for us or not, right? I am now 62. I'll be 63 July 2nd. I'll be 63 years old. Pretty crazy, right? Maybe not in appearance wise. I'm not trying to say that. But in my head, when I'm going through age changes, it still catches me by surprise. I talked to a lady, back when I was in my late 20s, when I was still doing hair full time and struggling to get sober. And she told me, she goes, well, how old do you feel? Because I was kind of immature. We were talking about something. She goes, well, how old do you feel? And I said, I feel 17 or 18. She goes, well, that may never change if you don't work really hard. And I wanted to stay 17. Or 18. I wanted to stay that age that I didn't have to be held responsible for my decisions. I wanted to stay that fragile age between I'm 17, I can do what I want, and I'm only 17, barely out of 16. I hear ya. I hear ya. Very immature. I was very immature. So, well, I do have an appointment that I need to get in the office for. I just wanted to share with you that whether you're a guy or a girl, if you get to see this video, I want you to challenge yourself. Got eyeliner on my finger. Challenge yourself to do at least just enough. At least just enough. My favorite headbands. My girl. My hair's a mess. So when it gets this long, one of the little tricks I do, I started doing this recently, is put it in a braid. And then it looks like I try to do something with my hair. I'm such a cheater. Anyway, I want you to try washing your face, get the sleep out of your eyes, brush your dang teeth. I don't care how depressed you are. Use baking soda if the toothpaste is too alarming for your mouth. A lot of depressed people just don't like that harsh taste of toothpaste. Being a depressed person is very interesting because there are some things that some people just don't. They're like, what? The smells, a lot of people have been hurt in bathrooms. So if you feel like you need to gut your bathroom as far as everything in it, other than things that have to be, carpenter removed, remove everything, scrub it down, and then only put back in things that you're actually using or want to use for sure. Because you don't need all that other stuff. Are you going to waste money? Well, you know what? All you need is a bar of soap to wash your hair and your body. 1 bar of soap. Soap is cheap, right? Look what these cute little things that I got. I haven't seen these since I was a teenager or preteen. So I kind of like it. Yes. Put that little puppy right in there. I'm just saying, be diligent with yourself. And honestly, you don't have to do a full face of makeup. I made it last forever because I'm sitting here chit-chatting. But you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. Just enough to make it look like you put in effort. I think you should wear the tighter headband. They look cool on you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. You made my day. Well, I would, except I have been wearing these headbands for almost every day for days. And what's happening is, matter of fact, I put it in my office in case my hair starts falling. I love these, but my head starts getting, and they are very comfortable to wear, but I still start getting a tender head right in here. Big baby. I'm a big baby. So I was trying to figure out the other day, I thought, why do I have a soft spot on my head? And then, of course, if I have a headache for a couple days in a row, I think I have brain cancer. So I thought, well, I'll just not wear these unless I'm putting on makeup for a while, just for a couple days. But yes, I am going to. I did it the other day, and I got so many compliments. I'm going to put this one by my monitor in my office. I'm going to take it with me because I might put it on later. But I woke up with one of those sinus headaches this morning, and I haven't had one in a while. So thank you for that tip, though, and a reminder that it is cute, because I love any tips. Thank you. All right, I better get in that office and get ready for my day, or for my client. And then I'm going to go. So I made a plan for my day. I did my reading. I did my get ready. I let the dog out. I visited with you a little bit. Have you tried the bumpy one, though? This one is the most comfortable one. I like this one. But this one is the one I like to wear for work. Because I think you told me that you like this one better than this one. Oh, that might be true. I'll have to pay more attention. Here's the other one that I like a lot. This is the really thin one. I love this one. This is probably my favorite, but I had to stop wearing it because it started, I think this is when it started getting bumpy, and I thought, well, I'll just switch them out. So I started wearing this one, but then I like this one a little bit better, but this one's more comfortable. Matter of fact, I might put this in the bathroom when I wash my face at night. I love choices. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I love choices. Okay, so, and then later I'm going to transfer some plants. I was gifted a couple plants, and I need to repot them. And I might show off a little bit when I get it done. I might do a little show and tell. I'm trying to organize this drawer where my headbands are. I don't know if I showed you, I found my old gold one that I got off of Amazon too. I might need to get on Amazon and get back in there. You know what? I'll do a live one these days, and I'll put on all my headbands, and you can, well, I'll rate them by number. Because I love getting help on things. Wish we could go shopping. I was going through my closet. Now I got to get off of here. I was going through my closet, and I was thinking, since I'm getting rid of some of those old sweatshirts, I don't know. I haven't thrown them in the trash yet. You can't give away ones that have cutouts. But I was thinking that before I throw them away, I have to go through my letting go process. But I was also looking at more shoes again on how many were unnecessary and could I get rid of any. And I was thinking, you know, yes, it has 5. I've got 3 here, and I've got 2 in the bathroom. I don't think I have one in the office. That's why I have to take this cutie patootie in the office. You want? Oh, I know which one. Yes. Let me get the one you're talking about. Hold on. Yeah. I think this was my first favorite one, like this. I thought that was pretty freaking cute. And then I have this one. I don't have time right now. I've got to run. I've cut myself so short on time. So listen, you have a great day. Mwah. I'm sending you a big hug. And yes, this one. Uh-huh. Okay, hun. Thank you so much for joining me. You made my day. One of these days, send me a text and tell me a little bit more about yourself, because I'd love to know how you are, as sweet as you are, as thoughtful and considerate and generous as you are. As young as you are, it's just like, how did this girl get so special? All right. Mwah. Love you, hun. Bye for now.